Okay, so real quick before we get started, I just want to mention that if you go to activemelody.com, you can download the tablature and the MP3 jam track that I used for free. Just look for the Albert King lesson, Albert King Blues lesson. I'm not exactly sure what it's going to be called, but it'll have Albert King in the title. So just go to the guitar lesson section at the top, you'll be able to find it. Okay, so in this lesson we're in the key of E, and it's just a slow blues in E. And if you'll remember from our previous lessons, we've been taking a look at the minor pentatonic scale for E. The root position of that scale looks like this. So that's kind of the boundaries for playing the blues in E. Any of those notes will work. Now what we're going to do, if you think of that as sort of I think of that as kind of a pattern, that little run that I just played there. We're going to add a new pattern. It's still going to be the minor pentatonic scale, but it's going to be, and some of the notes will be shared, but we're going to add a few new notes. So here's the new pattern. It's 5 notes, and you'll notice that 2 of the notes are actually part of that first pattern, these 2 right here. So the new notes or the new pattern that we're going to work from is 17th fret first string, 15th fret first string, 17th fret second string, 15th fret second string, and 16th fret third string, or the G string. So that, I think of this little pattern, this kind of, in my mind, is sort of where Albert King tends to hang out a lot. You'll hear a lot of his licks played in this, because there's a lot of bends and all that is happening in this little pattern here. And that's still, we're still playing, that's still part of the E minor pentatonic scale. It's just sort of a new way of approaching it. So in this little solo that I put together, the first thing that I played was this. And you hear Albert King use that a lot, so you get a lot of mileage out of that lick. And what that is I'm on the 17th fret first string, do a bend. I'm bending up to this note. Then playing the 15th fret first string, then the 17th fret second string with some vibrato. And then the second thing I did was, and if you'll notice here, now we're back to that first, that first minor pentatonic pattern that we learned. So it's the notes look like this: 15th fret, 12th fret, both on the second string. Then we do a bend here on the 14th fret, third string, back down to the 12th, to the 14th on the D string, and then we land on the 12th fret G string with some vibrato. And the vibrato is this is kind of key. It actually kind of pushes it, it's actually bending it. It's not just straight vibrato, it's pushing it almost out of tune a little bit, a little sharp. Hear that? You're kind of pushing it, like I said, it's just pushing a little sharp. It's those little nuances that make it. So, and then you get to the real bluesy bend, which goes like this. And so what I'm doing there is I'm on the 15th fret first string, and remember this is still part of that first position, that root position minor pentatonic. So, but I'm bending. I'm going, and you're slowly bending it up. You're giving a little more tension with each kind of push until you hit the note. That's the note you're trying to reach. And when you hit it, give it some vibrato. I'm making that look a lot easier than it is. That's actually pretty difficult to hit the note and then apply vibrato while you're bending. In fact, it's killing my fingers as I'm showing this. But then once you hit the note, hit the vibrato, you come down and go. So I'm on the the first string here, the 12th fret, 15th fret, and then land on the 12th fret first string. with vibrato. Okay, so once you hit this note, then you slide into that new pattern that we learned here on the second string. Notice it's the same note, but what you're doing is you're sliding into position, so you're in this new pattern, the new one we just learned. And then you do another little run just like you did at the beginning. Okay, and then I came down and went, and that's just what I'm doing there. Albert King uses this a lot. I'm kind of barring the first and second string with my pointer finger. It's kind of sliding in, so it looks, so it's second string, first string, second string. Then I'll jump up here and grab the 15th fret and do a little bend. 15th fret, first string, and then land on the 12th fret, first string. Alright, so then I jump up to the new pattern we learned and play. And with that, I'm just doing a bend there on the 17th fret. Slight bend on the 15th fret, first string. Playing the 17th fret without the bend. And then taking my middle finger, reaching over and grabbing the 17th fret B string or second string with vibrato. So it looks like this in slow motion. Then I come back down here and play. And with that, it's the same sort of barring of the first and second string that we learned previously. Then we go to the 14th fret, back to the 12th fret, and then we go 15th fret, 12th fret, 15th fret on the second string. So it looks like this in slow motion. Alright, so then we jump back to the new pattern we learned and play. And that's actually pretty simple. That's just the 17th fret B string, 15th fret E string, then we do a little bend on the 17th fret on the E string, release it, come down, and then we do a, which is just a hammer-on between the 15th fret and the 17th fret. So the whole thing in slow motion looks like this. Then I come down and play this little. And what I'm doing there is I'm back to the root position of the minor pentatonic scale, but I'm on the 15th fret. I'm doing a little bend, first string, then I'm barring that first and second string, playing those two notes. So it's just over and over again. The bend, those two. The bend, those two. So at the end of that, I play this little run. And that was just played on the E string, all of that. And that's just between the 15th fret and the 12th fret. It's just a series of bends, really. So it's 15th fret bend, up, release it a little bit, hit it again, push it up, and then down to the 12th. Alright, so there you have it, Albert King in 10 minutes or less. Don't get discouraged with this one. Albert King is he's a tough one, especially if you're just starting to play the guitar. A lot of his bends and vibrato stuff is very unique. He's a left-handed player, so he approaches playing a little differently. But if you're interested in learning more, hit YouTube or iTunes, download some of his stuff. The nice thing about Albert King is his bag of tricks isn't that big, so once you learn his licks, you notice there's a lot of repetition. So anyway, that's all I have in this lesson. We'll see you in the next one.